Hey everyone, how are ya? In this video I'm just going to do like a little update because I didn't really get much vinyl, but I got a few things I can show. Mainly I wanted to show this record, so let's just get right down to it. Russian Rio. I wanted to really show this one. I was really anticipating this being released on vinyl. I've had the CD and the DVD for so long, and it's really cool to have this on vinyl. It was released recently, and I love the packaging on this album. It kind of, opens up like a book. There's some good pictures in here. Little essays written there. You can read while you're listening to the records. And it opens up to this section. Mic is coming out there. Opens up to that section. Some good pictures there. And then this last section here. Really good packaging on this album. Really love it. And of course there's the back, like I showed earlier. Love the packaging on this. And like I said, it is so cool to finally have this on vinyl. I have wanted this on vinyl for a very long time, and thank God they finally released it. It covers a great performance. If like I said, I had the Blu-ray, the DVD, and the CD, and it is a great performance from Rush. The crowd is really into it because it was the first time they visited Rio, the first time they ever visited that country. So it was a big reception for them, and the crowd was so into it. I think at one point, if you own the CD or DVD, you remember that the crowd is actually sometimes louder than the band, especially on the song YYZ. The crowd is louder than the band, and that's the case here. It's a great performance. Like I said, it's a great song list. And there's a list of songs that are on this. It is a great song list. So if you're a Rush fan, you're going to love this. You're absolutely going to love it. You're going to love every part of it. Now, if you're an audiophile and you're really into mixes, a good mix and a good high quality of sound, you're not going to like this. It is not the best mix in the world. It's pretty bass heavy and pretty muddy. Sometimes the drums even sound in the distance as far as snare drum and toms and cymbals. That sounds in the distance. It's not the best mix in the world. It really isn't. And I was hoping they would clean some of that up by the time this came out. They didn't. It sounds exactly the same as the same complaints you had about the CD you're going to have about this. As far as mix goes, yeah, not the best album to spin as far as live recordings. But like I said, if you're a Rush fan and you're a big fan of these songs, oh, this is a cool package to have. Oh, it's such a good package. And yeah, it's a killer album. And like I said, I love the packaging. They put a lot of care into the packaging, and I just wish they put more care into the mix, but oh well. Still love this. Still glad it's in the Rush collection, because it was a big piece of my Rush collection now, and very glad this is home. Very glad. So, Rush and Rio. Not the best mix in the world, but it's a great album. So, you'll have fun with that, if you're a Rush fan. Alright, next up, from Catherine Wheel. This is Like Cats and Dogs. This was a record store release a few months back, Black Friday, as it says here on the hype sticker. I've been getting a good collection of Catherine Wheel on vinyl, and the stores in my area on that particular record store day didn't participate, so there was no way I can get this. So I was really cool. It was really cool to find a copy on this last dig I did, and this is a good album. I only listened to it's a 2-record set, and so far I only listened to record 1 because I just got these yesterday. There's the inner sleeves that look really cool. It's on colored vinyl, purple vinyl actually. Although on here it looks pink, but it's purple. Trust me, it's purple. And there's the custom labels there, and there's the other side here. Gorgeous looking record. So like I said, I've only listened to the first record so far. The 3 songs on side 1 are really good. There's a remake of Pink Floyd's Wish You Were Here, which really sounds good. I mean, it's just guitars and voice, and almost an acoustic version, more or less, but it sounds really good. So it's a good remake of that song. And side 2 are some mellow songs as well, but if you're in that mood, it'll definitely pay off. So far, so good. I haven't listened to this record 2 yet, so I've yet to get to that. But so far, I like what I hear. I mean, I think I have to be in the mood I have to be like a real mellow mood to listen to this album. Just judging by the first record, so we'll see what the second record offers. But so far, I like what I heard, and I'm glad I'm glad I picked this up. I thought I was going to miss out on this one, but I was lucky to find a copy. So good luck there. All right, this is another live recording from the '80s. It's from Huey Lewis and the News. And it's from the Superstar concert series that the Westwood One Radio Network used to put out back in the day. So you got a 3-album set of the whole live radio show, which includes the announcements, which includes the commercial. All the commercials are all Sprite commercials, because Sprite, of course, sponsors the radio show. So it's nothing but Sprite commercials on wax. But a good performance from Huey Lewis. The air date on this one was June 30th of 1984. So it's scribbled down here. I guess it was owned by a radio station. They must have played this. Obviously, they played this on their radio on June 30th, which was on a Saturday night at 8:30 p.m. And this was a concert from San Francisco, where the band is from. So it was like a homecoming concert for them. And it's a real good one at 84. So at the time, the band was promoting the album Sports. And so a lot of songs from Sports and the album before that. So here's the track list. It comes with the track listing and all, where all the commercials are, how long they are, the announcements, how long the announcement is, and the whole track listing is here, and really cool. I'll just show you one record because they all have the same label on it, just to give you an idea. It just looks like the cover. There we go. This was a real good concert from Huey Lewis. This is when they were everywhere. The Sports album just blew up in the 80s, and it was all over the radio, it was all over MTV. And when Huey Lewis threw shows here in Northern California, it was a big deal. It was quite a big deal. And this is a recording from one of their shows in San Francisco. Like I said, a homecoming for them. You could tell it was a big show, and the band sounds really good. I think people see them as 80s cheese, which they probably are, but they were a good live band, and you could hear it on this album. They sounded really good live, and it was fun to watch them live. I mean, I remember when they played the California State Fair at Cal Expo, and the night I went to visit the fair, they were playing. It was a sold-out show, and this is right when they had the song from Back to the Future. This is in the summer of '85. That song was huge at that time, and they opened with that song. And I remember I went to the not the arena, but the theater where they were playing. It was the amphitheater. You could hear it, you just couldn't see it. And I remember I climbed on a dumpster, and then kind of went up a little bit on a fence, and I could see the whole stage. And I watched them play the first 2 songs in that position until someone told me to get down. And so I got to see the first 2 songs of the Huey Lewis show. I remember the first song was Power of Love. That was really cool, and it looked like it was a great show. Like I say, every time they play Northern California, it's an event. So good memories of Huey Lewis. All right, next one is a 12-inch single from Blondie, Heart of Glass. Here's the album. But this is an insert to make it look like a disco ball. And there's the back there. It's all these different remixes of Heart of Glass. And I'll show you the actual record on this custom label, which looks really nice. And so there you go. See, it looks really nice. I love collecting 12-inch singles. They're so fun to collect. And I get hooked every time. The one complaint I have, though, is when a 12-inch single like this has nothing but all these different remixes of the same song. So I got basically 4 different remixes of Heart of Glass. And by the time you're listening to all those singles, you're sick of that song. I mean, some remixes are done really well and they're pretty clever and they sound cool, so you don't mind it. And then some of them are just absolutely ridiculous. And during the '80s, oh my God, there were just some remixes that just should have never been done. They were just absolutely ridiculous, and you just cannot sit through it. And those are the ones that are usually 8 to 10 minutes long, when the original song was only 3 minutes long. Yeah, they can get real ridiculous sometimes, and you kind of regret buying them. But 12-inch singles are still fun to collect. It won't stop me. I mean, some of them piss me off because come on, this is stupid. This remix, it really? Whose idea was this? Who thought this was a great idea? You'll hear some remixes that make you think that way. But this is pretty solid. I enjoyed this. So, and I love that song "Heart of Glass" from Blondie. It's my favorite song from Blondie. I just absolutely dig that song. So this was a cool find for me. All right, I'm going to show you some 45s. And I just noticed all these 45s are nothing but 80s songs. So it's all 80s from here on out here. From Oingo Boingo, Just Another Day. I don't have any Oingo Boingo on 45, and Just Another Day is one of my favorite songs from them. On the B side is Dead Man's Party from the album Dead Man's Party. In fact, this is the cover art for that album. So which makes this a really cool 45. You got Just Another Day and Dead Man's Party all on one little record. This is a fun spin, and I brought it home, and I kept playing it over and over. Just Another Day is such a great song. Such a great song. And, yeah, that was a good find. A couple from Duran Duran, Save a Prayer. Another cool 45, because on side A we have the album version, and on side B we have the live version of the song. I like that. And the live version, of course, is from the album Arena. And I like the label on it. I gotta clean this record though. But there it is. There's the label. Real cool looking label. I like when they. I only have a couple that do that. They'll play the album version of the song on one side and the live version on the other side. I have a David Bowie 45 that does that. So it's always cool to find 45s like that. The next Duran Duran 45 is for the song New Moon on Monday. I wouldn't say I've been obsessed with the song lately, but that's the back, same as the front. There's a radio station here that plays 60s and 70s and 80s music, and every now and then you'll catch them playing this song, New Moon on Monday, and I always turn it up when they do. It made me like this song again. I remember I liked the video back in the day, back in the 80s. I liked the video, so... Really cool song from Duran Duran. Makes me want to go see them live. I bet you that song would sound so cool. This one I couldn't remember if I had or not, so I went ahead and got it. It was only $1. It's from Prince, Bat Dance. I looked in my collection. I had it already, so now I got another one. I saw it in the store for $1. And I thought, oh, I can't remember if I have this or not. Ugh, I'm not going to let it go. It's only $1, so what the hell. I got it, brought it home, checked my collection. Yeah, I already got it, so now I got 2 of them. But that's okay. It's on the Warner label. No big deal. Great. I like the song. It's kind of a weird song, but I do like it. And it's always good to get Prince 45s whenever you can find them. Last dance here. Frankie Goes to Hollywood, 2 Tribes. One of my favorite songs and videos from the 80s. This has such a cool video. I used to love watching the video whenever it came on. I think I like this song more than their song Relax. This just, I don't know, this just flows really well to me. I do love the song Relax, of course, but I don't know, I think I always rate this one higher, because I always thought it was a cool song. And so nice to have it on a 45. Alright, that's it, folks. That is my little stash that I got over the weekend. Let's have a chat. Leave some comments and we'll get a little exchange going. That's always fun. Hope everyone's doing well. See you at the next video.